Scott in Glasgow makes of all of this.
Hello, Nigel. It's actually an honor to be speaking with you. I got to see you speak in Glasgow University when you were up here for the grassroots movement. And now I finally get to talk to you.
You do?
Yes. As you can tell, I'm not originally from Glasgow. I am American. I've been living in Britain for almost 5 years now, and I've gone through the immigration policy, and I don't see what all the fuss is about. Obviously, 30, 40 years ago, they had some kind of a policy if a German or a French person would want to, immigrate to Britain.
Yeah.
Why can't they just bring that back? Or, if you've been living here legally, you came here legally, you hold employment, you hold residence, why can't they just have you fill out a simple form, apply for indefinite leave to remain, and that's it. You get to stay. That's what I had to do when I first came here, and now I'm a citizen. I applied for citizenship. I don't see what all the fuss is about, and I think they're just making too big of a deal about it when it could be something very simple and something quick. And I don't agree that the House of the Lords should be getting involved in it. I mean, do they get involved? I don't think they really had a say in my immigration status, or my application.
Well, the House of Lords normally, Scott, what they do, there's a thing called the Salisbury Convention, and that says that if a government is elected on a manifesto, they will not attempt to block that in the House of Lords. And, of course, what they're arguing today is that this referendum result wasn't in any manifesto, and so they are free to speak. But it kind of does feel a little bit, doesn't it? Although a sort of unelected, appointed in most cases by Tony Blair and David Cameron class of people are meddling and trying to bind the government's hands. And I suspect, Scott, they'll be rather less popular this time next week than they are now, don't you?
Well, I mean, from what I've been hearing, and they've never been that popular to begin with, especially after, their little, what's the word I'm looking for? Their office, their time in office. There's a lot of different mixed emotions about them, and this was the whole idea with the Brexit was if you look at the messengers, you don't really need to listen to the actual message. When you have Wall Street putting their comments in, you have Tony Blair, you have David Cameron, you have all of a sudden Obama coming in.
Sure, it was the establishment, Scott, wasn't it? It was the establishment versus the people.
And everybody always knows that they don't have our best interest at heart. Everybody always knows that. So why this time do they? Why this time would you side with the establishment when everybody was anti-establishment? Everybody always said they're against the little people, and now the little people want to stand by them this time.
Wow.
What makes this time so different? And I didn't really need to hear too many of the arguments. I looked into the European Union when I came here. I couldn't understand it. Not that I was, too ignorant. I just didn't understand why Britain would have joined it to begin with.
Well, we joined it, Scott. We joined it, Scott, because we were told a series of great big fibs. We were told it was about free trade, and we were in it with countries that were very equivalent to us. And 20 years after we joined, there were no more British people working in Germany or German people working in Britain than there had been before. It was just easier to do. The problem came, Scott, when we let in 10 former communist countries and disproportionately large numbers of people came to Britain. I think we let too many people in, but I firmly take the view that if you were allowed in legally, those rights shouldn't be challenged. And the government, I think, has got itself into a bit of a mess. Scott, I thank you.